guys, so today I'm continuing my series on the Aliens franchise leading up to Alien Covenant, which comes out at the end of May. Last week I reviewed the first Alien, and today I'm going to review Aliens. So the first Alien movie was more of a sci-fi horror flick. I mean, that's pretty much what it was. And Ridley Scott did a fantastic job directing it. But then James Cameron came along and was like, let's turn this into a crazy action franchise. And that is exactly what he did, because this movie is first and foremost an action flick. Is it scary and intense sometimes? Sure. But it's not a horror movie, it's an action film. So this movie picks up right at the end of the first one, right after Ripley had killed the alien and she's flying around in the ship. And she went into cryosleep, so I think like 50 or 60 years have gone by, I'm not sure, but a lot of years. Enough years, in fact, that sadly her daughter has died, which she finds out when she gets picked up by this group of humans on a ship. So in these years, they've actually colonized on the planet from the first film, which has the aliens on it, and Ripley's not okay with this, and she's like, we gotta go back and do something about this. So she and a bunch of Marines go back to the planet to try to find humans. Unfortunately, by then, they have all been killed by aliens. Wonder why. And then stuff happens to them, and it's them trying to escape and survive, and lots of stuff happens. I'll just say this right off the bat, I like this movie a lot more than Alien. I think they're both good movies, but this one is just more entertaining. I feel like I could watch it more. I've seen Alien and Aliens both twice, and I could definitely watch Aliens more. The second time I watched it was the director's cut, which I actually like better. I think it adds a couple of things story-wise that, just kind of make it flow a little better. One thing specifically, it goes into that thing I was telling about, that she had a daughter who died. And the reason I think that's significant is because, when they're on the ship, they run into the little girl who Ripley kind of takes under her wing, and they kind of have a mother-daughter thing going, and it's really sweet, and it's a lot more meaningful because she's kind of like the daughter that Ripley never had. And the group of Marines who go, they're a lot of fun to watch, especially Bill Paxton, another actor we lost this year. Bill Paxton, rest in peace, you were an excellent actor. So one thing that ups the ante from the last one is that in the last one there was one alien. This one there are I don't know if there are hundreds, but there are a lot of aliens, and you have Marines shooting them with guns, and it's a lot of fun and really exciting. And I know I said this was an action movie, not really a horror movie, but there is one scene specifically with the little spidery things where Ripley and the little girl get caught in this lab, and a couple of those are running around. It's scary stuff. So at the end you find out that all these aliens are where they are because there is like a queen. Kind of like the queen there's the queen alien. And there comes a point where Ripley has to go up against her to save the little girl. And holy crap, that is intense. I also remember watching this movie, and it's really cool because this movie still holds up really well visually, but as I was watching with my buddy, I was looking at the technology they had, and I was like, they got a lot from Avatar. And my buddy looks back over at me and was like, no, Avatar got a lot from this. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. And it makes sense when you think about it. I mean, James Cameron did this, and then 20 years later, or 30, or however many years, he made Avatar, so it kind of makes sense there's similar technology and stuff. And it's cool, there's also like a side storyline with Ripley and a synthetic android, and she's kind of iffy about synthetic androids, because if you remember, Ian Holm played a bad one in the first one, so she's, kind of scarred by that experience and doesn't really trust this one. Also, I should point out, Sigourney Weaver is just really good in this role. I pointed out in the first one, she's not quite as much as the central character. I mean, she is, but in this one, she really stands out more and has a lot more to do, especially just because she's been on the planet. She knows about the aliens, and because of the whole mother-daughter dynamic she has with the little girl. And like I said, when she throws down with the queen at the end in that, robot suit, it's totally badass and totally awesome. I don't really have anything negative to say about the film. I mean, kind of like the first one, the story was pretty simple, and I thought it could be shortened a little bit. The story in this one's pretty simple too, but I think there's more to do, and in my opinion, it's more entertaining because it's an action movie. It relies more on the action than the horror like the first one did. So that didn't really bother me. So yeah, this is a really great movie, and I'm going to give Aliens an A. Guys, thank you so much for watching this as usual. Please check out my Alien review. You can also look forward to my Alien 3 and Prometheus review leading up to Alien Covenant, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please click on any of my other videos on my channel right now. But you know what you should do? You should click here to subscribe to my channel so you get updates for when I actually put out the new videos. And if you want to comment below and let me know what you think, please do. I always love hearing from you guys and knowing what your thoughts are on the matter.